Reading Skills Step Ladder. Climbing the Reading Skills Step Ladder. Individual, small group instruction to support all readers and writers. Presenter Virginia Moose, Special Education Literacy Coach. Reading Curriculum and Intervention Guide. Reading Skills Step Ladder. Literacy skills are the cornerstone upon which student knowledge, self-esteem, and future educational opportunities are built. Colors of the Reading Skills Step Ladder. This is a visual for how students work their way up the reading ladder. When working with your child, please focus on these skills so that they have a solid reading foundation. Success is earned and needs to be worked for. Find out where your students lie on this step ladder with comprehensive reading assessment. Identify specific gaps in their reading and know exactly where to intervene. What is phonological awareness and why is it so important? Phonological awareness skills are the basis for reading. Without these important skills, potential reading difficulties may rise in the early years. A child who has concrete phonological skills will have a strong platform in which to develop reading skills. It is an awareness the words we speak can be taken apart, and phonological refers to the sound system of language and auditory. Example: we are listening to words, sentences, and language, and we are hearing it. It's not about what we see, it is about what we hear. Phonological awareness can be taught with eyes closed. Phonological awareness is a broad term, can be broken down to chunks. Words can be taken apart, at, put together. Sentences can be taken apart, clap, march, like I like ice cream. Next, syllables can be clapped, elephant. Break syllables into small units, like phonemes, a speech of sound. Phonological awareness terms. Please take the time to study the types and descriptions and examples in this phonological awareness continuum. Note: don't confuse phonological awareness and phonemic awareness. Phonemic awareness falls under the umbrella of phonological awareness, an aspect of phonology. Level reading skills set ladder. Kindergarten is working with the levels 1 and 2 throughout the year. They work their way up. Students work their way up the reading ladder. Reading skills steps ladder description. Phonemic awareness. Please take the time to read the strategies below phonemic awareness. What is phonemic awareness? Phonemic awareness refers to the specific ability to focus on and manipulate individual sounds, phonemes, speech sounds, and spoken words. Basically, phonemic awareness skills include learning how to break apart, segment, and combine, blend the sounds and words. Should begin in pre-kindergarten with a focus on the simpler phonemic awareness skills of isolation and identifying beginning and ending sounds. Basically, it's being able to listen to a word and hear all of the sounds it is made up of. Manipulating the sounds in words includes blending, stretching, or otherwise changing words. Example: using different items such as hand clappers, drums, or tennis rackets, you can have children determine the number of syllables in a given word. For example, You would tap a drum 2 times for the word sister because it has 2 syllables. For increased difficulty, tap the drum any number of times and have your child think of a word that contains that same number of syllables. Phonics. Please take the time to read the strategies beneath phonics. What is phonics? Phonics involves the relationship between sounds and their spellings. The goal of phonics instruction is to teach students the most common sound spelling relationship so that they can decode or sound out words. This decoding ability is a crucial element in reading success. Why is phonics instruction important? To become skilled, fluent readers, children need to have a repertoire of strategies to draw on. These strategies include using a knowledge of sound spelling relationships, in other words, an understanding of phonics. In addition, research has shown that skilled readers attend to almost every word in a sentence and process the letters that compose each of these words. Phonics instruction helps the student map out sounds onto spelling, enabling them to decode words. Decoding words aids in the development of word recognition, which in turn increases reading fluency and reading comprehension. How is phonics different from phonemic awareness? Phonics involves the relationship between sounds and written symbols, whereas phonemic awareness involves sounds and spoken words. Therefore, phonics instruction focuses on teaching sound spelling relationships and it is associated with print. Most phonic awareness tasks are oral. Fluency. Please take the time to read the strategies under fluency. Fluency is defined as the ability to read with speed, accuracy, and proper expression. The best strategy for developing reading fluency is to provide your students with many opportunities to read the same passage orally several times. To do this, you should first know what to have your students read. Second, you should know how to have your students read aloud repeatedly. Strategies for fluency. Record students reading aloud on their own. Ask kids to use a ruler or finger to follow along. Have them read the same thing several times. Read and reread and read. Model fluency with read alouds. Make use of a variety of books and materials. Put together poems and nursery rhymes. Create a stress-free environment. Start with reading fluency anger charts. Listening comprehension. Please take the time to read the strategies below listening comprehension. What is it? An ability to listen and comprehend spoken language of multiple utterances and oral text. Listening comprehension is one of the necessary component skills in reading and writing development. For example, when you hear a story read aloud, good listening comprehension skills enable you to understand the story, remember it, discuss it, and even retell it in your own words. You can use these same comprehension skills when you read. PDA strategies are used to get students to activate existing knowledge, a 3-part framework with specific activities used before reading strategy. Ask your students, what are you interested about in this book? What doesn't interest you? During reading, what's going on in the book? Is it turning out the way you thought it would? What do you think will happen next after reading? Can you summarize the book? What did you like about it? What other books does it remind you of? Other ways to teach listening comprehension is having the students to read aloud. This forces them to go slower, which gives them more time to process what they read, in turn improves reading comprehension. Provide books at the right level. Make sure your child gets lots of practice reading books that aren't too hard for them. Reread to build fluency. To gain meaning from text and encourage reading comprehension, your child needs to read quickly and smoothly. Supplement their class reading. If your child's class is studying a particular theme, look for easy to read books or magazines on that specific topic. Talk about what they are reading. This verbal processing helps them remember and think through the themes of the book. Ask questions before, during, and after a session to encourage reading comprehension or listening comprehension. Reading comprehension. Please take the time to read reading comprehension strategies that are listed below. Reading comprehension is about understanding what you read. When you comprehend what you are reading, you are not only understanding the words and their meanings, but you are also understanding them enough to form opinions, thoughts, and reflections about what the words mean together. Understanding and interpretation of what is read. To be able to accurately understand written material, children need to be able to decode what they read, make connections between what they read and what they already know, and think deeply about what they have read. An example that you can use in your classroom would be graphic organizers, anchor charts. You can also again use the PDA comprehension reading strategies. And there are some key comprehension strategies to teach your students in your class. Use that knowledge to help them understand what they are reading, generating and asking questions, making inferences, predicting, summarizing, visualizing, and comprehension monitoring. Vocabulary. Please take the time to read the strategies beneath vocabulary. What is vocabulary? It is all about words, the words in a language, or a special set of words you are trying to learn or teach your students. Instruction in vocabulary involves far more than looking up words in a dictionary and using the words in a sentence. Vocabulary is acquired incidentally through indirect exposure to words and intentionally through explicit instruction in specific words and word learning strategies. Fun ways to teach vocabulary: draw a picture, make a picture dictionary, make a sentence, match a word, mime it, concept cubes, and many more strategies that you can use to build vocabulary in your classroom. We know that vocabulary instruction is important. When our students can understand, decode, and determine the meaning of new words, their reading comprehension improves. We want our students to engage with new words, learn them, and use them every day in the classroom. Foundation skills to support reading. Always remember, develop awareness of the segments of sounds in speech and how they link to letters. Teach students to decode words, analyze word parts, and write and recognize words. Ensure that each student reads connected to text every day to support reading accuracy, fluency, and comprehension. いい子して。